Hello insiders, welcome back. Today we're going to be covering Nvidia, which is up at $1,023 per share, which is roughly an 8% move extended hours after they came out with their earnings, putting them at a market cap close to $2.4 trillion. So today we're going to talk about what happened in their earnings that pushed them up this high and what an upcoming stock split has to do with their stock price. So right here we have a 10-to-1 stock split coming up on June 10th. So that's going to be a big deal. It's going to reduce their stock price from, let's say it's at $1,000, it's going to go down to $100. So if you own one share at $1,000, you will then own 10 shares at $100. And we'll talk about what that means for the stock. But I'll tell you what, if you bought here on October 2022, you would have just had a almost 10x return. Right now it's an 8x return in less than 2 years. So this ticker is pumping and it means a lot for the global economy as well. And that's what's so interesting about Nvidia's earnings. I mean, check out this ticker. It's up on every metric: week, month, quarter, half year, year to date. It's absolutely slaying it. And a lot of people who are thinking Nvidia is expensive, what is the next best Nvidia, are realizing that Nvidia might just be the next best Nvidia. So yesterday, May 22nd, the earnings came out, and you can check out the download press release button here to actually get the whole thing. You can actually see the whole thing right on their website as well. It's pretty much the exact same thing as the PDF. But I took some notes directly on the PDF and I want to review this one with you guys. Let's zoom in a little bit and I'll tell you what, it's all really nicely summarized right at the top. And before I forget, let me just remind everyone that Nvidia represents 5% of the S&P 500. So it's a big deal what Nvidia is up to. So let's review the 4 biggest bullet points from Nvidia's financial Q1 report. First of all, record quarterly revenue at $26 billion. That's up 18% from Q4. I mean, guys, these are insane numbers for a $1 trillion company, right? These are like numbers from a small startup, right? That's why it's such an important point here. It's up 2.6x year over year. 2.6x year over year. That's insane. Just put this in perspective, guys. The market returns around 9% a year. That's about the growth the market gives you. So if that's the benchmark, Nvidia is slaying it. Let's keep going here. Record quarterly data center revenue, $2.26 billion, up 23% from Q4 and up 427% from a year ago. And this is critical as well because this is 80% of their business, and it's crucial for sustained cash flow because not everyone could just buy all these chips themselves, and eventually you buy the chips and you have that in your backlog. Let's say Google, Tesla, Meta, they all need these chips. They build them, they have their infrastructure, they're going to keep adding into it, but a lot of the big orders are already in, but it looks like they're backlogged quite a bit as well. But the nice part is these data centers, it's like renting out these GPUs when you need them, and this business is critical for sustained cash flow, and this one is just growing super nice. Now, before we move on to the 10-for-1 forward stock split, point number 3, I do want to really quickly highlight the insanity behind this revenue here. So if we scroll all the way down to page 6, which is the consolidated statement of cash flows, come down here, and this is for the 3 months ending. So exactly this one, scroll down a little bit more. Look at this. Net cash provided by operating activities is $15 billion. These guys are around a 60% profit margin, and they're looking to get to a 70% profit margin in 2025. And this $15 billion of free cash flow, positive free cash flow in 3 months is more than Tesla did in a whole entire year. Here's a really nice overview of that. You'll see exactly, let me get my head out of the way here a little bit. You'll see exactly earnings at $13.65 billion for 2024 is what Tesla's at. So in 3 months, Nvidia made more than Tesla did in a whole entire year. Now, I know you can't compare these companies apples to apples, but it is 2 companies we cover quite a bit on this channel, and they're 2 very big momentum companies. Obviously, Tesla as well is a little bit in a consolidation period, while Nvidia is in a massive breakout period, and their prices might not align that well because Nvidia at 2.3 trillion and Tesla, if you scroll down a little bit further at place 16, is only at almost 600 billion, which does in theory make Tesla a little bit cheaper with a PE ratio of 46, while Nvidia has a PE ratio of 55, and that's about to be closer to 57 after the market opens today. Okay, so now that you've hopefully really internalized the scale of Nvidia's profit, let's go here to the 10-for-1 forward stock split. There's a lot of research about stock splits. Apple, for one, has already done 5 stock splits. Its most recent one was in August 2020. That was a 1-to-4 stock split. And then Tesla has done 2 stock splits, and its most recent was a 3-to-1 stock split in August 25th. And typically after a stock split, tickers do tend to increase better because the stock is more affordable to buy to more investors. So this could help put more upwards pressure on Nvidia as well. Then we have point number 4, quarterly cash dividend raised 150% to 0.01 per share at post-split prices. It's really not an amazing dividend, and I don't know anyone buying Nvidia for its dividend, but it does make it a little bit more attractive to hodl. I guess that's why it's only point number 4. 2 additional tidbits I want to highlight and share. Jensen Huang, the founder and CEO of Nvidia, says AI will bring significant productivity gains to nearly every industry and help companies be more cost and energy efficient while expanding revenue opportunities. This is super true, but there is now a requirement for more energy to use all of this AI. It reminds me a little bit how blockchain got a lot of backlash for using a lot of energy for the mining. That's a little bit with AI. It takes a lot of energy. So even though these chips and everything is getting more efficient, you still need more energy to actually do all of these things that you didn't have to do in the past. So the energy sector is a big one that is exploding, and it is outperforming the greater market. This could be an area to look into if you don't want to buy Nvidia itself, but downstream companies. We can make a video on those topics. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. And if you don't know, this is really important to know. Blackwell here is their next generation chip. It's already in full production. It will probably be in use by the end of this year, and it's the most powerful AI chip ever created. And what better way to wrap up this video with a little bit of AI itself? So according to ChatGPT 4.0, which we've also made a video about, let's see here what ChatGPT has to say about the new Blackwell chip. Nvidia has consistently released new GPU architectures approximately every 1 to 2 years, each offering significant improvements in performance, efficiency, and capabilities over its predecessors. Blackwell is the next expected step in this evolution aimed at further advancing Nvidia's capabilities in AI and high-performance computing. Here's also a nice little list of different GPUs that they offered. The good times when you had a 1080 Ti and you thought you were on top of the world. How times have changed. Actually, if we go back to the 1080, you'll see that was in May 2016. And then we had the RTX. I remember that one. I got the 3000 in this puppy that I'm using here and right now. Yep, that makes sense. I bought it right around 2020. Right now, the Hopper is the big thing. And then the Blackwell is that next generation we're all looking forward to. And Nvidia notoriously likes to name these things after the scientists that help actually invent the stuff that these things are using. So don't confuse this first Tesla one with something related to Tesla, the car company. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, is Nvidia too high for you to buy? Man, this chart price is absolutely absurd. Do you think we're going to see more than a 10x return since 2022's lows? That would put us closer to about a $1,200 stock price or $120 stock price after the split. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you found value in this super condensed video, you can show your support by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video with your AI or gaming bestie. Ciao for now.